Yo, what is up everybody? It's BMilitant, and today finalized the Sony press conference for the E3 gaming event. Yesterday was Xbox, and now I'm going to go through what I think were the strengths of both and the weaknesses of both, who I think won E3 so far. I mean, this is just Xbox and Sony, PlayStation battling it out. Tomorrow is going to be Nintendo, and I mean, I just put them in their own category. They're so out of the box. Console wars are basically between these two groups. So first of all, let me start off with what's probably going to be talked about the most so far. For sure, the most talked about from E3, and that is the backwards compatibility for Xbox One to play Xbox 360 games. This is only Xbox 360 games. This is not original Xbox games. And what they said was there's going to be 100 select games that will be able to be played backwards compatible from the Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One by Christmas. Just to jump in there real quick, welcome to the fucking show, Xbox fans. This is a really good. Xbox is behind Sony in sales, and this is definitely a really good thing to help boost them up. But I mean, PlayStation now has over 350 games, ranging back to maybe there's even PlayStation 1 games on there. I'm not 100% sure. For sure, PlayStation 2 games you can play on your PlayStation 4 right now. Now you can rent these games or you can buy these games. Yes, you have to pay for it, but I'm just saying, PlayStation, been there, did it. Now the backwards compatibility, this is good, man. I mean, this is good for everyone, for Xbox and everyone. It also puts pressure on Sony now. What is Sony going to do to compete? Are they going to lower their prices for their streaming software or their streaming service, PlayStation Now? Are they going to sooner or later implement the ability for backwards compatibility for discs and things like that? And also, first, I also have to mention, people are going to think that this backwards compatibility means that if you have an Xbox 360 game, a disc, you're going to put it in your Xbox One, and you're going to play the game. That's not true. What's going to happen is your Xbox One is going to take all the data off of the disc, and then it's going to save it on the Xbox One, and then that disc is useless. So you are going to need a lot of space on your Xbox. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I don't think anyone's done this yet. So who knows how big games are going to be, how many games you're going to be having on your Xbox One, which is going to come with a terabyte hard drive now in the future. The PlayStation 4s, you could have already upgraded yours easily to have a terabyte hard drive in them, but also soon PlayStation is launching their new PlayStations with a terabyte hard drive as well. So yeah, also this hasn't happened yet. I don't know what games are compatible. I know for a fact that Black Ops 2 is not going to be one of those 100 games that you can play by Christmas on the Xbox One. But I mean, if Black Ops 2 isn't one of those games, it gets me thinking, what games are they actually going to let you play? These could be 100 arcade games. Who knows, man? All I'm trying to say is we don't know exactly what's happening until it happens. But this is pretty huge, man. Nintendo, they've been doing this for a while. But let's skip past this. But that's by far what everyone's going to be talking about the most. All I have to say is we don't know exactly what it means until it happens, and people are playing these games on their Xbox One. We'll see. So first, I'm going to go down the line of games, because E3 is all about games. It's about games, and sometimes, you know, what things have been done to modify consoles and make them better. I'm going to start on the Xbox side. The big games that they announced: Halo 5, Tomb Raider, another Gears of War, Forza, Rare Classic Collection, which I think is the best thing that they announced games-wise, which Rare made a lot of good games like Perfect Dark and games like that, but Perfect Dark and GoldenEye, I'm pretty sure, are not going to be in this games collection. So yet again, I'm concerned about what are they actually giving you. Rare makes a lot of good games, but the collection I think is like 30 games or something like that. But it's just like, if GoldenEye and those good games aren't in there, what games are they going to give you? Another question mark there. It could be good though, who knows, we'll see. They also announced a new Fable, I believe it is. I don't think it's a reboot, I think it's a new Fable. That's pretty cool. Sea of Thieves, I don't really know what that's about. Now let me go over to the PlayStation side, which just got done. I'm making this video just after. I made a video on my YouTube a while ago about The Last Guardian. If you've played, I'm sure most of you have played Shadow of the Colossus on PlayStation 2. I think by far is one of the best games ever. Scale-wise, and the game's big, but The Last Guardian, made by the same people, everyone's been waiting for this. There's been rumors that it's happening forever. I have been covering this, and it's going to happen. It's going to be cool. This is a game that may not be for everyone, but it's coming out of Japan, and it is definitely a new, good idea. It's going to be a lot of strategy. It's not everyone's thing, but if you're into it, there's a lot of diehard fans into it. And a new IP from Guerrilla Games, known for Killzone. They know that they need to step it up. They need to get away from the Killzone franchise, and they came out with Horizon Zero Dawn. It looks pretty cool, man. What they showed off looked cool. I liked the concept. The colors were good, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to see more gameplay and go from there. A new Hitman. The trailer looked awesome. I enjoyed it. The little heartbeat theme in the background. I've always been a huge fan of the Hitman games. Next, Final Fantasy VII, a remake. It's only a small little trailer that they put, but the graphics. This is more than just a remake. They aren't taking that game and just putting a bunch of high-res textures into the game. It looks like they are remaking a whole new game of Final Fantasy VII. They're remaking it from the ground up. That's what this looks like, and if that's the case, hell yes. Next, World of Final Fantasy. It's taking Final Fantasy and making it cute. That's cool. Hey, there was a little bit almost like shell-shadedness to it. I liked it. It looks like it's just gonna play just like Final Fantasy. It's just a new game. Cool. Street Fighter V. I think Street Fighter V is probably going to be held in a higher regard than the Mortal Kombat X game that just came out. This is something that I've been meaning to talk about. Everyone on PlayStation 4, we have had Injustice Gods Among Us, and everyone has been saying that that Mortal Kombat and Injustice is made by the same people, and Mortal Kombat is just a reskinned game, a reskinned Injustice Gods Among Us game. You know, obviously there's some more things thrown into there, but it plays the same. Everyone's just saying it's kind of the same game, and they sold it twice to people. Not a huge fan of that. I did like Injustice. I got it for free. It was a cool game. But Street Fighter V, I think that's going to come out of the woodworks and put that game to shame. Now, No Man's Sky. This game's been talked about since last E3, but, I mean, shit, when this game comes out, you guys saw the scale of the game. It's huge. It's kind of randomized, which is cool because it can never be scripted. You know, things aren't going to be, you just never know what you're going to get. It looks cool. Been waiting for that. I want to see more. I want to see more like at the very beginning, they only showed a little bit of the combat. I want to see more of that. And the next game, I would have to say, doesn't seem like it's my type of game, but goddamn did the game Dreams look good. I mean, the amounts of artists are going to have a blast with this. This game is made by the people who make Little Big Planet, which is already a very a game that is, I don't know, it just sets out from all the other games. And Dreams, what it is about is like you can create pretty much anything. You can. It's kind of like a stop animation looking type. It looks like a software. Like you can create pictures, move them, like make a video from everything that you hand create in the game. It's crazy. It's like a software. It's not even like a game. It's like you go create a movie yourself. Here's the tools. Go make a movie. It's pretty cool. It had me. I would say I was pretty much most shocked by this game and what you can do. It's to me, it's like a new Minecraft for artists, and it's like it's not like you're moving around in the world, but you are creating like a movie. It's crazy. If you didn't see it, if you didn't catch it, look that one up. A new Ratchet and Clank, badass. Always a good platforming game. Metal Gear Solid, the new one. 5, I think it is. I can't say much more about Metal Gear Solid. I mean, everyone knows. Uncharted 4, which I think is going to be one of the best third-person shooting games of all time, for sure. If you've ever played Uncharted 3 multiplayer online, some of the most skill-based shooting ever, especially when it comes to third-person, and it's by Naughty Dog. You know, The Last of Us multiplayer, some of the best ever. And then also there's some other things that are thrown into here. Now PlayStation is going to have the Call of Duty map packs first. It's switched. Microsoft used to have that. Now it's PlayStation. I don't really give a shit. I mean, if I'm gonna buy the map packs, it's whatever. But I mean, a lot more people. PlayStation 3 has been outselling Xbox a lot, and I don't know if that's exactly why. There's more people on PlayStation now. I don't know if that's why, or if Sony just paid them a lot of money. Don't know. But I wasn't really impressed with Black Ops 3 anyway. I don't know, man. They should have just gone back and done World War II, in my opinion. But to skip ahead, the actual Morpheus headset. Xbox had something like a VR. I didn't really check into it. I don't know how good it is, but they're working with Steam, which I don't know. It just seems like they were rushing. That they saw PlayStation with the Morpheus headset, and I think they started panicking because they're like, we don't have shit like that. So I don't know how good. I had to look into the Xbox headset, the 3D headset, but Morpheus for PlayStation has been talked about for a while. And they touched on a lot more things about that, which is cool. And Shenmue 3, which I don't really know much about Shenmue 1 or 2, but this game apparently is really wanted because there's a Kickstarter for it, and since like an hour and a half ago, it already raised $1 million on Kickstarter. And they're trying to get 2 million, which obviously that's not going to be the full funding of the game, but it just goes to show how many people enjoyed the last games, and that's going to be on PlayStation 4 when they make it. But don't know much about it. All I know is apparently the last ones were good. If you guys played it and it's good, let me know, because I don't know, but apparently everyone wants this game. Also, a new thing for PlayStation is now that you, just like the PlayStation 3, you can USB into your PlayStation 4 and you can listen to music, play movies. You can play music while you're playing the game. They have a new software for while you're in game. You can it's like a music player. You can just listen to music whenever you want to. And also the PlayStation View, which is their take on media. If you want to buy the History Channel or something like that, individual channels that are offered on TV packages. You can just buy and pay for one channel that you want. It's basically their PlayStation's take on media and TV, and I really like that PlayStation, they have been all about games first. You heard the games that I mentioned from PlayStation, a lot of new IPs, and I didn't really see many new IPs for Xbox One. I mean, Tomb Raider, Gears of War, Forza, Halo, Fable, all games that have been on Xbox. I mean, there's new Final Fantasy games. I mean, it's a final. Even though World of Final Fantasy is like still Final Fantasy, it looks like a new fucking game. It's not. It's completely looked at Final Fantasy from a different angle. Horizon. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's really hard to toss up, you know, who won this. I think Xbox had a lot of catching up to do. The backwards compatibility definitely leaped them ahead, but man, they have to do something like that, dude. They're getting desperate, man. They're behind so far. But I don't know. I don't know who you guys thought won, but I'm just saying E3 is about games, and what I saw from PlayStation was a lot more games, and I don't know, they just seemed genuine about the games. They showcased a lot of them. I'm super excited for the Uncharted 4. It sucks that it got pushed back, but god damn, dude, that game... Naughty Dog, they just have a way of making games that are literally like you are playing a movie, and they play well, and they're always top-notch graphics for PlayStation because, you know, they're an independent Sony or Naughty Dog, and like they're on Sony. So yeah, I don't know. By far the biggest thing that happened was the backwards compatibility on Xbox. So I don't know if that really pushes them over the edge of like they won E3, because I mean that's cool. Every console should have backwards compatibility. I mean, obviously PC has been winning any type of race. PC is, I mean, everything's backwards compatible, so I mean, it's not even like we have to talk about that for PC. But I mean, the backwards compatibility is great, but we just don't know exactly what we're getting yet. Until it happens, we don't know. They said there's 100 select games by Christmas that you can play. Who knows what those games are going to be? I mean, we're getting excited, you know, rightfully so, but it's Microsoft, man. Who knows what they're going to try to do with this? I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Who do you guys? What games do you think were the best? Do you think someone won? Do you think it was even? What do you think about the backwards compatibility? Do you think not being able to play games off of your disc is going to be a huge deal? I don't know. Do you think Call of Duty should have been World War II or something? Because I didn't enjoy Treyarch's piece of shit Black Ops 3, which looked like Titanfall and shittier Advanced Warfare, in my opinion, collided together. Like, you can run on the walls. Big deal. So yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Hit me up in the comments if you want to argue with me or you agree with me. But if I had to pick one game that just wowed me, a lot of people would probably have said maybe Final Fantasy VII, but I don't know, man. I have to go with the Game Dreams. Game Dreams just took it for me, man. It's not even like a real game, but just I'm sitting here thinking about the crazy possibilities that can be done in that game, and yeah, peace.